So hello. Nice to see you all here. It's day number 5. Before we start, let's do a little exercise to get ourselves here. For that, we're going to do so that either you can close your eyes or keep them open. It's up to you. And I'm gonna name few emotions, few feelings, and you just need to look into yourself and see whether you register it or not. Is it in you right now in this moment today or not? And we start. Look into yourself and see if you feel today any joy, any happiness. Do you feel anxiety? Do you register any anger? How about fear? Maybe there's some excitement. So thank you. What you may do later is write yourself also down what you felt. It's always maybe good sometimes to go back. My name is Aleksandr Denissen. I'm your captain for the journey. Today we are on the day number 3 out of 10 days total. Today we also have a Zoom call. We're not going to have a Zoom call on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday and Sundays are in that sense a bit easier, a day off, but I will send you a daily task, which you can then do over the weekend. Also wanted to recap a little bit yesterday. So yesterday, your task was to ask positive feedback. Maybe you didn't get positive about yourself. Either ask your friend or ask your loved one why they have fallen in love in you, or maybe ask your parents or kids what makes them proud about you. I just wanted to share my experience that I decided to ask a friend of mine, and the one which I really didn't want to ask, and he didn't answer. So it was a very interesting experience. So I was thinking, like, should I then go and ask another friend? Because for me, one of the things in life is that I definitely, if there's a task, I need to complete it. But I let it go. And I took not answering an answer in itself. So I definitely hope that you also accomplished your task. I would be happy to read about it on the Facebook. So if you have the opportunity, please to share. I will also share my story and how it made me feel. But today's mission is to compress time. And what does it really mean to compress time? To put it maybe into more practical terms, I would say that today's mission is stop wasting time. And the reason what I would call is wasting time is we do tend to think that we live forever. So I'm 38 years old. I have like at least as much still to go if nothing catastrophic will happen. So I have 38 years to do stuff. So it really feels like an eternity. It's very difficult to actually imagine even what happens in 6 months from now, not to speak what happens from 30 years from now. People in general are quite bad in imagining what will happen over a longer period of time. And that makes us feel immortal in the sense that we keep postponing things that matter to us, but there's one reason or the other why we haven't done it. So your task for today was to pick something which you have been postponing. So it's a relationship challenge. So my suggestion is to pick something which is to do with relationships. But I do need to also emphasize that you have a relationship with yourself. So if you have been postponing something which you want to do for yourself, today is an excellent day for that. So maybe you have wanting to buy something, maybe you have wanting to take some time off, maybe you have wanted to read a book. So it's not that you need to complete it today, but I do encourage you to make a first step. And if it's in the relationship with somebody else, maybe you wanted to go out for a dinner or invite friends over or play board games or whatever it might be, today is a good day to actually reach out and set the date or send out an invitation or make a plan for a party. So whatever it might be and what you have been postponing, that's your task for today. And as I also shared already in the email, one of the exercises which I do recommend you to do as well is that imagine, like, what if you go and visit the doctor today and you get the terminal illness diagnosis, which gives you a week roughly to go until you're dead. So this exercise usually very well highlights things which are important for us. So the question is that if this would happen, would you go and return to the work, or would you maybe go and visit some of your friends, or maybe even your parents, which you haven't visited a long time ago? So there's two types of tasks in our life in general, ones which have deadline and ones which do not have the deadline. And if you know, there's this famous guy, Eisenhower, and there's a thing called Eisenhower matrix. But the principle behind the Eisenhower matrix is that the things which are urgent in people's life are very rarely important. And things which are important in somebody's lives are very rarely urgent. So that means that if we actually want to attend to the things which really matter to us and which are important within our lives, then very rarely they're urgent. So that means it's a decision, it's a conscious choice that I will take time to do it. One of such things for me is dreams. We really keep postponing the dreams because we have all kinds of excuses and also limiting beliefs, as we were talking yesterday. Maybe it's you wanted to start your own business. Maybe it's you wanted to look for a new job. Maybe it's something to do with your relationship. Very often it's also something which we have wanting to tell somebody, but haven't taken the time because we're afraid that this leads into a conflict. So maybe it's socks lying on the floor and you have never actually said it out loud. So today, again, is a good day to do it. So, but if we go back to the dreams, then this is kind of what the whole Kukuniti school is about. It's to find your path with the heart. And dreams are something which makes our heart sing. So the question is, why do we keep postponing them and what can we do about it? So one thing, what really helps me to move towards my goal is to have a plan. And like step-by-step plan. And there's also a saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So why not take 5 minutes today and make a short plan to what would be first, maybe even second, and maybe even third step towards something which you have dreamed about. Maybe it's a vacation with your romantic partner. Maybe it's something you want to do with the kids. Or maybe it's something which you only want for yourself. So planning is definitely a good first step. And also something which I've seen a lot, which people keep to postpone, is learning something new. So I think today is an excellent day to learn something. Either read, watch maybe an educational YouTube video, but you're also here learning. So this is really cool. And for that, I'm really grateful. This is it for today. So as always, we also have time for sharing, for questions and answers. For that, I will stop the recording.